Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Magic with Melly. It's very good to see you guys. Thanks for coming around for this love reading. I did that poll on Instagram and this is what the results were. You guys all needed, not all, most of you needed a romance reading, and I really wanted to do a romance reading, so it's only fair and perfect that we shall be bringing you a romance reading here today. Woo! So yeah, I know that people may comment on this nail not matching. Yeah, that happened. It's all right. I'm not left-handed. I am ambidextrous, but you know, you can only be, there's a dominant and there's a recessive for a reason. And here we go. I have 3 piles here today. This is my clarifying deck. The Good Tarot with Pyrite. We have the Tarot of the Divine with Sodalite, and the Illuminated Tarot with this Fluorite. And so go ahead and tune into your situation, your connection with your person, tune into whatever happened, or what you want to know. We shall see what will come through in the cards. And just a little refresher, you can be drawn to more than one pile. It could be possible you're wondering about more than one connection. If you are single, that is totally valid, you know, but if you, that's not right necessarily if you are going against someone's safety or boundaries or, you know, whatever agreement. But all that aside, because I am not shaming polyamory, so, you know, we are all sexual, gender inclusive, disability inclusive, race inclusive on this channel. We will go ahead and get started. I just wanted to kind of refresh us on that. You can watch more than one pile if you feel drawn to more than one pile. You know, because sometimes we have more than one situation, and not all of our connections are intimate or romantic, or, you know, we have platonic connections as well and family connections as well. So I will try and make sure everyone is heard and try my best and get everything out that we need. So now that my intro is over with, thank you for waiting for my comeback as I processed a heartbreak. Alrighty, let's go. Pile 1. Next up. Hi, Pile 2. This is your reading. If you picked Pile 2, why did I say Pile 2? Pile 1. Did I actually say Pile 1? Now I'm really confused. Maybe you guys are super confused. Let's clear things up for you guys real quick. Let's just do a quick one of these guys and see what's up. This one. 8 of Air. So we're feeling really dreamy. Wanting our romantic partner to come in. Yeah, I don't know what's up with introducing with the Pile 2. If I did that, hey guys, this is Pile 1. And so let's get started. What's going on in love for Pile 1? What's going on in love for Pile 1? 9 of Water. What's going on? Pile 1. The Chariot. What's going on in love for Pile 1? The 5 of Water. Call. And the Moon. Let's see here. All right. So from what's out on the table already, I'm seeing that you've been really independent, making some changes in your life, weighing things out, seeing what's really for you and what's not for you. saying your goodbyes to certain people that don't, certain people, situations, energies, whatever. If it's not in alignment with you, you're kind of just letting it go. You're letting it go. There's a sense of waiting for a call, waiting for information to come in. The moon here, it just signals to me that that you, either you or this person has something to say, especially when it comes to expressing like your true emotion. It's perhaps, I'm going to get some clarifying cards out real quick. Let's get the clarifying out and clarify this row before I keep talking. Because I don't want to talk anyone into like oblivion or anything. That would be awful. So let's go ahead and Two of Wands under the Nine of Water, the King of Wands under the Chariot. Let's get clarifying cards for pile ones, please. Clarifying pile one. The Lovers, the Moon, and Justice. My sweeties. Okay. Right here already, I'm seeing the choice to be independent weighs over your heart a little, because it's almost as if you feel like you're choosing between yourself and others. With the King of Wands and the Chariot, I definitely feel like in love, when it comes to love, this King of Wands energy is this embodiment of chasing after, and I don't mean to say chasing, but more like going after what you want and being more assertive in that way. If this sounds like you, like your energy, then cool. This is definitely probably your pile. If not, then maybe stick around. Maybe a different pile that you were called to initially was your pile instead. And, you know, you went for something that wasn't your intuition. So make sure then that you're practicing your intuition in that way. Anyway, with the Five of Water and the Lovers, it's this sort of energy. Let me clear this up again. What's this Lovers card and the Five of Cups? What's this Lovers card? Transformation and the King of Fire. So yeah, definitely. Okay, so it's this energy of leaving behind what you thought was your counterpart. You know, feeling that energy, but like how you view this connection is not necessarily like a romantic connection per se. That's not what I'm picking up here. And so it's this spirit's trying to say here that your counterpart is somewhere else. And you'll see that in this energy of leaving misalignments behind, even the subtle ones, and seeing things for what they are and quitting resisting the messages that are coming your way. Even on a subtle level, signals from your body, actual words from other people, things like that, listening to that. And if this isn't about a specific connection, then this is just advice for those of you who are watching. Here we go with the Call and the Moon. Again, I like the moon twice around the Call card. Expressing yourself. Very, very, very important. That's coming up. Somebody's going to be expressing themselves to you. Maybe you know, it's a mutual pathway. It goes both ways. So one opens up and then the other will feel more comfortable opening up. And then that grows. That connection grows. But you do have to weigh out where you do feel comfortable expressing yourself. You got to see your environment for what it is in order to, because if you want to grow, right? Because in relationships, you both should want to grow. No one should be stuck or feeling stuck. So if you express yourself and you feel like it's not safe for you to do so, weigh out the reasons why and things, and figure out how much of that, weigh out what is okay for you, how much you can manage, right? Because we all have our own capacity levels. And when you've reached that capacity, maybe communicating that if you're working with a partner, or making sure your boundaries are very clear and very clearly spoken. They don't know if you crossed a boundary if you didn't say anything. But also, it's not anyone's problem to figure that, like if people can't figure it out. It's not necessarily your problem to tell them that's how you want to be treated. You should just naturally be treated how you want to. And that happens by just chilling out and let people show up who respect you. The back of the deck energy is love. So, also the people who love you will show up naturally as well. You don't have to force or control them or make them come into your life. Let's get some love messages or love cards about pile 1 for our pile 1 friends. Let's go love messages for pile 1. Messages for pile 1. Messages for pile 1. So yeah, see, let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. And finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Attraction. Okay, so you're probably a really attractive person, or you're going to be practicing being more magnetic, because I'm getting that with this card here. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So if you're interested in knowing how to be more magnetic, or like how to manifest love, it's all about loving yourself, right? If you love yourself, that is when you will attract the right your right person. Because if you don't love yourself, you will only attract people who don't love you, right? Like, who don't love themselves as well. They don't have enough love. If you don't love yourself, you're going to attract another person who doesn't love themselves. But opposites attract. So it's just like, it's a touchy situation. You have to kind of divert what's yours and what's not yours, who's in the right step as you and who's not in the right step as you. Because it is really hard to be on the same level always on things. So, let go of controlling other people's paths, because everyone's going to be on a different level and different step of the path as you. You're on your own unique journey, no comparing. When your friends are helping you, definitely try not to compare where they're at to where you're at. That's really important. Or even like your connections, your family connections, your romantic connections. Just don't do that. That's not fun. Some of you are attaching your ex and any horrible experiences that happened in the past to new connections, and that's not fair. You have to start trusting in people, trusting that true love exists, and that is within yourself. You find it first within yourself, and you find the universe and everything in it is very abundant and at your beck and call. It is yours. You just have to also be patient with yourself, patient with how things will work out. Alrighty, I'm going to pull back this deck and this deck up here. Next up, though, let's talk about more love messages for pile 1. Pile 1, let's get some energies for pile 1. Just getting some energies for pile 1. Illumination, so working on, you know, when you release your control issues, when you release like the need to just like make others do what you want, just do what you want. Just do what you want. Instead of trying to have others do what you want with you, just do what you want. It'll be fulfilling anyway, with or without the person. When you are comfortable with yourself, that is how you'll get there with like your self-emotional fulfillment. Just go and do what you want. If that's what you want to start working on, is your own inner light, and that's just like going and practicing what you want for yourself. Like who cares who's watching? You know, who cares who cares. It's kind of, you know, a mystery, I think, where you'll go, especially if with, okay, so this is like the love reading, right? But the finances and career, it's a issue in your love life right now for some of you. So it's kind of just a mystery if, like, for some of you, it's a matter of, will this work out because, you know, I'm financially tied to this person. Am I going to be okay? If I speak up how I feel, like how I truly feel, when I feel bad, or am I going to be like made to feel worse if it's their fault? Like, are they going to take care of me? Like, all that stuff is a mystery. Like, as far as maybe you don't even realize that you needed to look for those things, or it's a mystery of how you'll even get those things if you know that's what you want. And that's just practicing it with yourself, making sure your boundaries are shown across all of your friendships, and even tied to just like letting go of the past. When you have like weird bad past friendship experiences and you just have trust issues like to the wall, like you just can't like stop with the trust issues, that really like isolates you, because everybody is an individual person and should be treated that way. You should be aware of that. Definitely. With confidence as well, because maybe you exude a lot of confidence because, or seemingly, you know, because you want to impress like your ex, or make it seem like you moved on from your ex, and it's like, really, that's not really being confident in your future if you're still doing some sort of thing for your ex. Just some advice there that might not be fun to hear. And trust in the magic. That's definitely like what you got to start doing with the manifesting, and quit manifesting specific people. It is really triggering for the people that you are manifesting, if they are not in alignment for you. I myself sometimes need to remind myself of that, but as well, but it's also kind of a thing of gotta make sure everything's in alignment, and kind of just go with what is current and keep moving with the messages that are flowing to you right now. You can't change the past. You can only do with what you have right now. Right now is what you have. And I am very, very blessed to be here helping you. Let me see about more love messages for our pile ones. Surrender. Hear ye, hear ye. You are hereby being called to unclench your grip on any old thought patterns that are getting in your way. Surrender any ideas that make you feel like a victim of circumstance or which make you dream relationship seem like an impossibility. The mayor of reinvention has just arrived and has made the following decree. Limiting beliefs about yourself and your life are heretofore, forthwith, officially, and indubitably declared for the birds. And that was the bonus card. I love the bonus cards so much. Cards. They're so good. And let's get some more love messages for pile 1. Laughter is the best legal medicine, and it looks like it's time for you to take a sweet, sweet hit of it. When someone annoys you or a plan goes awry, try finding something funny in there. And if you ever feel like the butt of the joke, remember that the only difference between someone laughing at you and someone laughing with you is that in the first version, you're not laughing. You always have the option to opt to lighten up. It's legal in almost 200 countries. Another bonus card for you guys, and solidarity. I respect the power of solidarity and look for opportunities to unleash it. When a loved one has to do something tough, I'll heed their often silent but sometimes loud and whiny call, and particularly in the toughness with them. Everything is easier when a partner, cohort, sidekick joins you. The only thing that's not easier is feeling resentment, which I suppose is the overall point. And let's get a couple more out. That's listening. I activate my receptive side and become an engaged, intuitive, professional-grade listener. Supercharged listening gives me the ability to not only hear the words others are saying, but also to perceive the emotions hiding between their words. Armed with this knowledge, I'll be in a great position to give them exactly what they need for, or if I prefer, to dominate the planet. So those are those cards for you. Let's get some more love messages for our pile 1s from this Lover's Oracle. Pile 1. Messages for pile 1. Ooh, okay, look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So for those of you who are in some sort of argument or some situation, and this message specifically is resonating for you, this message is for you specifically, and it's all about, you know, when you say no and someone's understanding of that, that's what's important. And you know, having trouble with hearing no is not, it's not fun to hear no. We all understand that. But what is upsetting is, what's even more upsetting is the fact that maybe if you were resistant to hearing no, you know, and that's not cool. And that lesson, it can be learned, and is harder to learn, and it is hard to learn. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. A message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. So there's this kind of energy of for our pile 1s, just if you are, I'm hearing like anxiety. Some of you have some anxiety and confidence issues. And I may have come on a little rough. I kind of feel it. So my bad, you guys, you know, about if I was a little strong there. And you guys were asking for a love reading. And this is all about, you know, how you know, may or may not be handling your connections in the best way. But this is the constructive criticism. If you've been having a hard time with your connections, this is definitely, you know, the space where you can figure out these types of messages and you know, reflect and work on them. Your love, the love that you want, the true love that you want will come in when you dissolve these unwanted thoughts that you have that are attached to the past. There was the past, the release your ex, and confidence, and the whole moment about like faking confidence to make it seem like you're over your ex. Like, that is like not good behavior. You gotta get past that. If that is very specific messages to some of the collective here, or you know, to whoever's watching. The tiger. I'm vibing that as the connecting energy. I'm hearing vicious. It's sort of vicious between you and your person. Like, you guys maybe like have arguments or some sort of tower moment, some sort of like thing that happened in the past. This could be, okay, so this is maybe for some of our specific friends, but you know, like any traumatic moments where you know, keeping that in or repressing emotions in the past has made you like a really angry person, or like you would be really snappy, or your emotions are super volatile. This is kind of like that for those people who have connections like that, where, you know, you need to listen a little bit more, listen to yourself a little bit more, open up to your friends more. These are our specific messages for some of our friends. And let's get another. Okay, we have the swan. It wants to come out like that. So a lot of you are not seeing the beauty within, the beauty in yourself, and that really just needs to be reflected back to you all the time. You need some sort of outward validation all the time, and that's not necessarily healthy energy. You have to have the self-validation within yourself, because outside validation will always be wavy. Not everyone's going to approve of you. You have to be the one that approves of yourself first. Be accepting of yourself first. See the beauty within yourself first, and then you'll see it when other people see it too. The raccoon, so you gotta stop hiding. So you know, hiding in the trash. You gotta stop being in an environment that, like a scavengy type environment. Raccoons are very, very cute. They have a very sly, sneaky personality. They are very underrated because they're very smart. But at the same time, they are not in a good environment. They can only be so cute. I mean, imagine your trash being rampaged, or like your pet being like terrorized in your own backyard and stuff like that. That's not fun. As cute as they can only be so cute because of their environment, because of what they do. And maybe if that's some of you embodying this energy, or if you vibe with this energy as a whole, this is definitely more your reading, and you shouldn't feel this way. Definitely because of those people who feel stuck in their environment. Maybe this is you. You are very cute. You are a very smart, wise, you know, beautiful individual, but you are seen by your environment, and that's not cool, you know. Yeah. There we go. More stuff. This one may be a little harsh, but let's go for it, okay? It's the Rebel deck for pile 1, for our love reading for pile 1s. So we have the card, Time to Let Go, Move the Fuck On, and get yourself together, pull your shit together, help people, give back, do good shit for humanity. And last love messages for our pile 1s. Don't talk to anyone. Don't look at anyone. You need some fucking time alone, and you know why. because you're messed up. Just kidding. I mean, like, if you are messed up, you know, it doesn't serve anybody right if you're going to, like, pop off on somebody. You gotta, like, process that on your own. Not that you are meant to be alone or stay alone. If you need company, that's cool, but make sure that, like, you're processing. Anger mostly comes from fear of something happening, or maybe it's a, like, trigger response to something else. There's all sorts of things about it, but it's all right to be where you're at in your life. It's all right. Peacefulness. You recognize that balance, kindness, and love brings calmness to your soul. For pile 1, let's get more love messages for pile 1. Tolerance. You appreciate other points of view because you sense the love in everyone. And trust. You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. Wow, that's beautiful about following your intuition, because, you know, if you haven't felt good in this connection and stuff for a while, you should have listened to yourself a long time ago, you know? Listen to the, and that comes with actually listening to what you're actually saying, your complaints, or what your body is saying to you as well. Ownership, take ownership of things. You acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them all as lessons. Back of the deck energy is kindness. You are a humanitarian made of love, and you are able to share that energy with others. Let's see what's more for our pile 1s in love. Love messages for our pile 1s. Excuse me. Make a mission statement for your soul. 58. Love messages for pile 1, friends. Feed your artist. Love messages for pile 1. Love messages for pile 1. So some of you who are single, or, you know, deciding whether or not to be single, some of you who are in a connection, and it's like this connection, I think, is more like one of those interesting separations, or like you're kind of connected but not, or like even some sort of platonic. This could be applied to all sorts of situations. As long as the energy is correct for you, that is absolutely my goal. It's just to help as many people as possible. I don't know how to get everyone heard in one reading, so definitely, if you don't feel heard in this reading, check out the other piles if you felt drawn, especially if you felt drawn to previous ones. But we have make a mission statement for your soul, feed your artist, raw intention, and collaboration of souls. So going to your friends, just doing what's natural for you, all that will definitely help bring your counterpart in. I have 3 more decks out for you guys to kind of cover what's going on in love. Some messages for our pile 1s. The Sacred Woman, pile 1. Pile 1. So the Sacred Woman, creativity and manifestation. I'm just seeing the artist card and the creativity card. This is definitely for our friends who are artistic, creative. This is our piles. And the divine feminine energy. You don't have to be male, or, you know, I mean, you don't have to be woman to be the Sacred Woman on the inside. You could be a male. But manifesting, making your creativities a manifestation, that will definitely fuel yourself, because you need to be self-fulfilling for yourself. Even though this was a love reading, this became just a reading all about you, because maybe you needed to be pumped up post this separation, for some of you, or you know, you just need to just do you this, or, you know, this is where you need to start doing you, and leave this person behind, make this person an ex, whatever relates to you the most. Take that how you want. Don't blame me for choices that you make. Just saying. And then let's get some more love messages for pile 1, or just messages for pile 1 in general. One message for pile 1. Okay, 2. The Taurus energy, the energy around you shows the abundance of nature. It is a rich, earthly, and productive, yet relaxed and slow. And Libra, this energy is diplomatic and gracious. It seeks harmony and balance in relationships. So you don't necessarily have to be Libra or Taurus, but if you are Libra or Taurus, here we are, right there. So there's that for you guys. Maybe the messages or the colors or the imagery on any of these cards are extra relevant for you. And this is my very last deck. What does pile 1 need to know in love? What does pile 1 need to know in love? Awaiting results. So just be patient. Your results will come. Your results will come. Act as if they are coming. You know, act as if your manifestations are coming. Act as if you have love in your life. You do have love in your life. Your self-love. The love that already exists around you, that are outside of this specific connection, if this connection is not working out, for those of you that feel like your connections aren't working out, or this connection is not working out. And I believe that's it for your reading, pile 1. Thank you for coming to your love reading turned self-love reading. Haha. Bye-bye. I'll see you next time. And I am open for in-depth, personal, private paid readings. Alrighty. Hi, pile 2. If you are coming from pile 1, because maybe me saying pile 2 in the beginning, I started pile 2 on the right foot. Ha ha ha, but I don't have feet on the right note. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, my double amputee jokes aren't always funny. Okay, well, so this is your pile if you chose the Soda Light or the Tarot of the Divine deck. This is going to be your love reading. In the first pile, I wasn't really, I can't really be in that much control of what type of messages came out. The first one was supposed to be a reading about love and connections, and it became all about self-love. So I'm excited to see what will come out in this reading for you guys. I have this deck and our clarifying deck working here today. I will shuffle everything live and let's get to it. What's going on in love for our pile 2s? Queen of Wands. What's going on in love for our pile 2s? I'm hearing we are afraid that something destructive will just happen all of a sudden. So that's not any good energy for us to be in. I guess we're going to take all of these. The Ace of Coins, the 3 of Cups, the 4 of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. Let's read what the back of the deck energy is for this. We've got 4 swords. And let me get the clarifying deck out. This guy is the Magic Seers Holographic Tarot. Let's see what's going on. Clarifying for pile 2. Pile 2, love messages for our pile 2 friends. Pile 2, let's get some messages out for our pile 2. The Chariot. Okay, we have the 5 of Wands, the Strength, number 8, the Chariot, number 7. Let's get more clarifying cards. One fell on the floor. Let's see what this one was. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Let's see what's clarifying. Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, High Priestess, Queen of Swords. Oh, okay. There's a bit too many energies in this reading, darlings. I'm not happy about this. If you are only concerned about one person, there's more than one energy being reflected in this reading. If you are aware of that, this is your validation. If you were not aware of that, I am sorry to break the news, but it's there. It's here in the cards. I'm staying pretty solid on that. If it applies to you, it applies to you. If it doesn't apply to you, maybe this isn't your pile. But this is the reading from the tarot so far. Let me make sure, have you make sure this is your reading by bringing out some of these spirit animal cards. But first and foremost, let's just get out what the message is for this. And we'll continue on with the connection with these next, okay? So we have the Queen of Wands and the Five of Wands. So it's this energy of like fighting yourself, fighting your way of thinking, because if you are constantly in this energy of worrying that something bad's going to happen, you're manifesting, you're indirectly manifesting, unintentionally manifesting something bad to happen with you constantly worrying about that, with you constantly stopping yourself from thinking that way. With the Ace of Coins and the Strength, it takes a lot of it takes a whole lot of energy trying to be in this grounded, perfect energy. You don't have to stay, you don't have to be perfect, you don't have to have everything together. It is okay to break down if you need to release that way of thinking, because the way you feel, the reason why you feel this way all the time is because well, one, probably just resistance to change. You don't want anything to change. You feel like everything is perfect the way it is. You think that there's nothing that needs to change there. But it's like the fact of the matter is, if there are things that need to change and you're still viewing those things in this way, you are making things harder for yourself. And that's what makes all the explosions happen behind the scenes and things like that. And why things go blown up out of proportion is this resistance to listen to certain messages that come your way the first time that they are coming your way. There are quite a few, like I'm hearing, like those messages of "I told you so" or "What did I tell you?" haunting you, and it's just like, well, a part of that is like you maybe didn't listen to yourself, especially if you felt like there was. For some of you, this is very, very specific. For you that feel that Three of Cups energy, the ones that I warned you about in the beginning, where I'm like, ooh, I'm feeling more than one energy, and that's not good here. It's this Three of Cups, the Chariot, the High Priestess, the Queen of Swords. But then there's Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups again. So the Knight of Cups here is this, it's pretty much what I'm picking up from this reading is it's more not necessarily a person, but an energy. Someone's embodying this energy of protecting themselves, protecting maybe the love that they do not have by having some sort of ego, you know, just feeling super, I'm hearing some like not good words about this person because of how they chose to protect themselves or how they chose to like fill their own cup. And it makes you want to look to other projects, other things, other individuals that can do a similar thing. You know, I'm hearing some sort of like, you know, boy toys or like, you know, it doesn't have to be like male or female, but you know what I mean, like F-boys and like people, like just things, people to play around with. And like, so if that's the energy, there's a lot of that energy here with the Knights, And then here with the Queen of Swords and the High Priestess. So it's this energy of I feel like this is you. Most of my collective are female, so this embodiment of balance and having all of that figured out. She comes to show, to like boost this energy if you're not in it, or to, even to just remind yourself to be in this energy of balanced, trying to have as clear of a perspective, seeing from other people's perspectives, and weighing that out. But then the Queen of Swords is communicating from your balanced perspective. I definitely see though, like the change within this connection, with the subtle energy that you see, back to this resistance here. If you know that there's some sort of change that needs to happen, you got to let that flow. And it may not necessarily be in alignment with, you may see certain individuals not be in alignment with your needs. You may need to see yourself, see that what you're looking for is right outside your window, and you're just not looking out, with this Four of Cups, the way that Four of Cups is being represented. And the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands, making choices between your dreams, feeling like you have to make a choice between your dreams and like your romantic connections and things. And it's like, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Maybe it will work out later, but you got to do what's best for you. You can't make your decisions solely based off on somebody else, because you will harbor resentment. You will harbor stuckness if you go after something that's not actually yours, something that's not actually meant to be yours, because you only saw that it worked out for somebody else, or like maybe society called you to believe in some way. I'm hearing for very, very specific ones of you, like a coming out kind of situation, a hiding from coming out, or like you guys need to like announce your relationship, some sort of change, to just have this something more secure, whether it's changing the person or changing the way that you view the relationship, maybe changing how you communicate within the relationship, and not just romantic connections. This is all inclusive here. This could be applied to any person, any situation. If you need more clarity about something, this reading was definitely meant to help. And let's get some messages, love messages out for our pile twos. Octopus, let's get the love messages out for our pile two friends. Messages for pile two, love messages for pile two. So I'm hearing it gets sticky. That could be whatever you want to have it sound like. I'm just going to move on from that phrase, because that's a very interesting way of putting things. So these are the ones that popped out. I'm just going to take them how they are, because Spirit, we've got a lot to say. I mean, I've been off the grid, so I understand you guys need me. So your person is really shy, or you're really shy in general. There's a lot of shyness in this connection, this innocence kind of energy, but then deep inside is, oh, hello. Yeah, there's some very sexual energy emanating from this connection. And that could be like kind of triggering for those of you that are viewing this in a family kind of way, because that is also like not fun to be in if you are like, you know, the innocent side and there's been some sort of like cheating or deceptive kind of energy that's reflected here too. But in general, and I just want to make sure those people are seen. But there's also, you know, the mass majority of people who are in this for a more romantic kind of way. And there's this, you know, innocence, but like deep within there is this like ready to pounce, very sexual, very, yeah, this is like, again, for the underlying, like the deep, creepy energy, but also colorful energy. So it could be viewed in multiple perspectives. I really want to make sure everyone's heard, but, you know, making sure of that can be kind of complicated with some of these YouTube readings. And that's what kind of, I think that's really fun about that, because I want to make this accessible help for everyone, and advice can go and be applied to many situations. The same advice can be applied to many situations. And so let's keep going. Love messages for our pile 2 friends. Love messages for pile 2s. This comes out in reverse, past life relationship. So maybe this is in your past. You're not really affected by your past anymore, or that's kind of the energy that you need to absolutely focus on. You have known each other before. That may actually resonate for some of you if you ever feel like, wow, it feels like we've known each other forever and we've only known each other for a few days. That is like soul recognition. We have let your friends help you in reverse, ask for and accept support from others. So if I think it came up in reverse because some of you are isolating, maybe not necessarily hanging out enough with your friends. Maybe you feel like it's better off staying in your own energy, and that's okay, but at some point you do have to come out, you know, because that's not good for your mental health to stay isolated for so long. So just be mindful of that. You can just do whatever you want, but just be mindful of your mental health the whole time. Keep having the cards fall on the floor, so can you just quit with the things falling apart? Just kidding. But you have so many reversals. It's not fun. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments, and heart-to-heart conversations honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So I feel like there's been a lot of not forgiving. There's been a lot of not talking to each other, a lot of not opening up in general from just having trust issues. Maybe that's why it's so much easier to resort to having physical connections over emotional connections, because it's easier. It definitely is easier to have a better physical connection than an emotional connection in this day and age. And so just be optimistic. If you just keep practicing your self-respect and self-love, and self-acceptance, although positive self-affirmations, your love life will improve as you improve. And when you're ready, your true counterpart will also be ready. Passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So just be current right now and just be with your passion. With the things that are extra passion, like that fuel you, those passions that fuel you. That is where you want to be. Absolutely, that's where you want to be. Let's go with the Affirmators Love and Relationships deck for our pile 2s. Let's see messages for pile 2. Ownership. I take ownership for how I make others feel. And I do my part to repair any bridges I might have burned or perhaps even lightly singed. If bridge mending feels impossible, then I can start small. Instead of becoming a bridge architect, maybe I'll just skip the bridge and walk the long way around. Taking ownership is great for burning calories. And pile 2, curiosity, meeting new people. I remember what a treasure trove of opinions, interests, and stories they are. but these treasures will only be unlocked if I embrace my curiosity. So I'll be curious and you be interesting. Deal? So a mutual, trying to make sure that your connections are mutual. Wait and see. Thoughts love to wander into assumptions and race ahead to the future. But what if you told them to cool their jets and chill a sec? Today you get to put your mental chatter on pause, to take a breath and simply wait and see how things play out before you let your mind run a marathon of imagined scenarios. Wait, and you'll see that waiting and seeing was a lot more productive than wondering and worrying. Insert audible sigh of relief here. Initiative. Step right up. You're being awarded a boost of initiative. This potent potion will give you the gusto you need to move your life in a previously unexplored direction. If you're in a relationship, then it's time to take initiative and make some interesting plans for you and your partner. If you're not in one, it's time to reach out to old friends, go on adventures, and potentially meet some new cohorts. Either way, this great journey is beginning with one small step, or one short text, or whatever. I'm not the boss of you. So going and making plans, either with yourself or with your loved ones, opening up more, going and doing what you want, being honest with what you want, honesty. This heralds a wonderful time of rooting yourself in a complete and total honesty. It might seem scary to tell the truth all the time with everyone about everything, but when you practice radical honesty, you can stop hiding and start relaxing. The best part is honesty from you inspires honesty from others. What results is a rootin' tootin' trust parade, and everyone's invited except the bagpipe players, but you know, they'll show up anyway. So let's get some more love messages for pile 2. Some love messages for our pile 2s. Get back to elemental. So, I mean, I'm hearing that some of you may have been just endlessly crying, always crying all the time, really sad about how this connection is going, always worried about how this connection is going, overthinking, finding your sacred flow. Okay, so get back to the elemental. Overthinking can spoil the magic. Find your sacred flow. These are just more validating things, you know, like stop overthinking. It does ruin things. Overthinking always ruins things. I've been repeating the mantra, self-doubt is self-sabotage over and over today. So maybe that's been helping. That's what you guys need today. Collaboration of the souls, raw intention, just making sure that everything you do is natural to you, natural to your happiness. Going and connecting with the people who make you happy, who remind you of how to be happy. All that stuff, all that energy is really important. Let's get some love messages for pile 2s. Cleanse. You may need to take into consideration, maybe you need to literally take a bath, literally take a shower and like have a spa time. Do yourself up, clean up around in your surroundings, clean up your social connections. All these things are important to your well-being, being able to flow your creativity, flow your flow and increase, give yourself the most potential, clear fear away from your creativity, those negative emotions, have more confidence with yourself, especially for my friends who are creative or are embarking in a creative career, but just definitely you can be creative about gaining more confidence. And it's all about, this is like this energy that you need to clear is rejection, fear of rejection, having a hard time having good confidence or feeling like it's fake confidence, following your intuition, not being too scared or cautious, just embodying a strong boundaries. I'm hearing strong communication. Just all of this is really, really relevant for you. Very, 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 very important things to strengthen. Here we just got some love messages from for you for pile 2s. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. So do not hold on too much to how things went, whether it went well or went wrong. Just like understand, you know, that everything is a lesson that you can learn from. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. Why do you feel fear, so much fear? Where does it come from? Where did it originate from? Those are all important things. I'm going to take these last three. It says, give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. Passion, magnetic, and seductive qualities surrounds you at present, and enjoy it. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. So whenever you are doing something, make sure that you pay attention to, like, are you smiling? Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling forced? Like, what sort of energy are you exhibiting with your tasks? And that can kind of help you figure out how you feel towards people, towards a specific connection, because I can't really, you know, tell you yes or no on anything or anybody. These are just messages to be able to help you decide things for yourself. But if there's even, if you feel like you need even more specific card reading or more specific clarity, my bookings are open for that. Just letting you know in there. Just start with a DM on the Instagram page. Eat your fucking vegetables. This says, eat some shit made by Mother Nature. I love that. So treating your body well will help you with your mental health. U equals tight ass. Loosen the fuck up. Control freaks don't get laid. So that's that. If you've been putting too much control into having things try and work out a certain way, you got to kind of loosen up and like not try and control every single thing all the time, because the only thing that's in your control is yourself and your actions. Put the fucking phone down. Too much screen time is making you awkward and sad. Go talk to a live person. So that's like probably just calling you out there if you've been feeling extra lonely and not even like, and you're wondering why. It's probably because you're only talking to your phone. And make better fucking choices. If you're pissed at where you are, then stop talking yourself there, or stop taking yourself there. So, you know, do the things to change around you, and stop talking. Shut your mouth and listen. All right, I'm gonna just quit with these cards now because they're literally telling us to shut up. And here we go. More love messages for pile 2. Let's get messages for pile 2 out. Some love messages for our pile 2s. Expression. You are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. So when you start communicating, I'm seeing the heart-to-heart conversations again. So making sure that you're expressing yourself thoroughly, and it doesn't have to be with a specific person, just in any of your connections, really. But if there's a specific connection that's important to you, making sure that you express those things. All emotions, positive or negative, you should be heard. Otherwise, what? Past, through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. And let's get one more message or two more. Okay, action. You have the courage to express the unique loving colors of your soul. Release. You have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. So these are really great affirmations if you want to hang on to those. You know, express yourself, release the past, take action on this energy. I have only a few more decks left for you, friends, and this will be it for your love reading. Let's get some love messages out for our pile 2 friends. What do they need to know in love? Rest and reconsider. Some of you need to rest and consider how you'll be able to like express yourself in some of these situations. You know, maybe it's a tough situation and you need to stick with this person a little longer. How are you going to approach them next? Maybe you're taking a break for them and you've been reconsidering, is this your person? All sorts of ways that you can view this card, but this definitely signals that you need to take a rest. And once you've had enough rest, you need to take action on what you've seen after taking a break, what you've realized after taking a break. Is the best move to go back? Is the best move to move on without them? Like, or is the best move to, you know, what is what? It's all up to you. Apply it to your situation. You need to take a break from yourself or from the connection. And then, you know, when you come back, there will be some sort of solution that you've came to, and you need to take action on this. Action. Okay, pile 2. What is pile 2? And the action is likely, very likely, healing. Embracing your healing. It could be embracing each other and working on things together in an even, balanced way. But if you do not receive that, you need to, then you're looking to seek the truth. You know, embracing the truth, embracing balance, embracing some sort of something coming in, one of these two coming in. The truth may not be in alignment with you, but you have to embrace whatever the answer is. Whatever the answer is, be it positive or negative, be ready for it. Reconsider everything. Consider how everything went. Reconsider it all. Let's see it for what it is. Don't only look at the good stuff. Look at the bad stuff as well. Because there has been a lot of refusing to see in the bad elements, the bad regards. And so it's like, weigh these things out. How much bad is there and how much good is there? Is it worth the changes you're considering? All of these things are things that you need to weigh out for yourself, but helpful to be triggered to look for these things. Definitely. And I only have 2 more decks left to shuffle, and that will be it for your reading. Let's get love messages for our pile 2s. Love messages for pile 2 friends. Let's get our pile 2 friends messages. So I have the first house and Taurus, what people see and the impression you give. And the energy around you shows the abundance of nature. It is rich, earthy, and productive, yet relaxed and slow. So, first house has a lot to do with, I think, your reputation, how, like, your impressions, your reputation, your confidence, and Taurus energy is very stable energy. You don't have to be the zodiac sign. Your person could be the zodiac sign. It could be your sun, moon, rising. It could be literally anything, but it's this energy that's really stable and grounded in general, first and foremost. So this may be what you need to work on, or what kind of energy you embody already or need to start embodying in, working on. And lastly, let's get our last message for our pile 2s. Abundance. You will be very abundant, and you will be able to see that if you work on the messages that have been here today. Love and spiritual maturity. These are the things that you will be abundant with. If you are able to properly work on the messages that came through in this reading here today. And thank you so much for giving me the chance to read, the opportunity to read your cards, and trusting me for the messages that will come through. Let me know how any of the stuff resonated. Feel free to connect to me on Magic with Melly, the Instagram. I am very active on there, and I appreciate you guys all. Thank you, pile 2. I'll see you next time. Hello, pile 3. This is your love reading if you picked this fluorite crystal. Let's get pile 2 out of here. And this is your reading. This is the Illuminated Tarot. We will get into what's going on with you right now and what you need to know in your connection or connections. Yep. So to start, we have the 7 of Pentacles. And let's get some love messages for our pile 3s. 10 of Cups. Let's get this love message going for pile 3. 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups. Love this energy I'm seeing so far. I can get into it here in a sec. And let's get more 9 of Cups. Back of the deck energy, 8 of Cups. Okay. And clarifying today is my holographic tarot. Let's get some clarifying messages for our pile 3s. Pile 3s. Page of Wands. Pile 3. Love messages for our pile 3s. 3 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. Pile 3. 10 of Pentacles. Messages for our pile 3 friends. Let's get these last messages out for our pile 3s. The Devil and the back of the deck. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, to start off, let's see what I'm seeing here. So to start off, we have the Page of Wands underneath the 7 of Pentacles. So this is what you're building. You're building on your independence. You're building on your dreams. You're working on yourself. You have all these goals, practicing independence. But now you're ready to build on something with another. This is this energy with the 7 of Pentacles is wondering when you'll get lucky with this person, wondering when you'll get lucky in general in love, when you'll be able to build some sort of foundation, some sort of thing, flow, working on like the river flow of love, you know, working near it, being around it. You're probably around a lot of this energy with your friends. Like a lot of your friends are in love. A lot of your friends are in romantic connections. And perhaps you wonder when it's your turn. You wonder when will all this hard work on yourself pay off? When will all this balancing myself and balancing my friends and balancing everything gonna pay off? When does working on yourself pay off? Win, win, win. 10 of Pentacles. It happens when you are feeling grounded, when you have the emotional fulfillment with yourself to fill your own cup, when you know how to find it in others when you need it in others, but ultimately having that independent, very good energy with yourself. With the Devil here and the 9 of Cups, it's this energy of in order for you to have this independence with your happiness, your emotional fulfillment, or like just self-confidence and all that, exuding that beauty within, you do have to let go of addictions, let go of any sort of addictive behavior, actual addictions to alcohol or drugs or anything like that. Or even addicting behaviors like if you are always stalking somebody or watching someone's like that, because that is stalking. And I say it like stalking because it is stalking. If you're always looking at somebody's profile, if you're always looking at what they're up to and stuff, but you're not actually talking to them, that is stalking them. You know, if you're not actually in their life, then don't try and force yourself to be in their life. You know, like it has to be a mutual flow of things, and that will flow a lot better if you are able to work on yourself. Let's see some more energies to kind of further validate or move forward in the reading now. Happiness. So there's this sense that fear of your own happiness is what I'm hearing, because we have the happiness in reverse and then fear, and these came out together. So it's just this idea that in this connection that you have, that if you speak up on your happiness, there's this fear that they'll leave you, or that You know, you can't be happy if you speak up on the things that make you sad, that you don't want happening anymore, that make you upset, that make you mad. Like, you got to be sort of creative about illumination, creativity in reverse, peace. So it's the sense that anytime that you open up, you feel separated from your light, you feel separated from creativity, you feel separated from happiness, and you're just wanting to seek peace in this connection, and it seems kind of impossible. And what the real matter of it is that you have an idea of what to do with this connection. And that involves some sort of disruption. It involves, you know, stopping things in its tracks that do not, when it does not align with your energy towards the situation, towards the connection or whatever. If something's not in alignment, you have to kind of cut it off right there, and let it kind of play out, be patient, because it will be a mystery as to why, but like for the other person, but you will know why. It's because it doesn't feel right to you. Something doesn't feel right. So, and it's not up to you to tell them. You know, removing the energy is all that you're responsible for. If they're meant for you, they will come back the way that you need them to be. Okay. Let's get some more cards out for our pile threes. Let's get some messages for our pile threes. And seeing it's taking a whole lot of strength to keep things together in this relationship. You guys are typically like moss to flames. However, there is this rare occasion that you ever see that they, you know, maybe it's kind of rare that you feel seen, I'm hearing. You know, like it's like moss to flames. It really is easy. But I think it's easy in like kind of like the worst ways, because I think like you know how truly colorful your true energy is and what you have to give and how rare that is. And you know that you have like you know that you have like this flame inside of you. And your connection is like it's just this energy that you do attract in a lot of moths. If you want butterflies, moths are not what you want, if that makes sense, you know. And so just be mindful of that. You do have lots of colorful, very unique, very protective energy in you or surrounding you. But naturally that draws in maybe perhaps a lot of energy that you do not want, and that's all right. Just keep your energy to yourself and only share it to those that you believe deserve to be in your energy or deserve to see your energy for what it is. Otherwise, preserve it, because it is a really beautiful thing to have. Your friendships will definitely help you highlight what you need, but do not, you know, fall too dependent on them for what you need. You need to have it within yourself, and they can boost whatever is growing within you. You cannot put an idea into someone's mind that that doesn't already exist in there, you know. So you can only help people as much as they want to be helped, and controlled as much as they want to be controlled, and things like that. And so it would be probably really beneficial for you to have your friends help you in your time of need if you're having trouble finding the strength in this connection to, you know, be happy or creative, or, you know, you feel like there's too much control or too much going on around you, so too much being in your way, or you're stuck. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy, passion. Free your soul, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So back on those people feeling stuck, and like here on this romance angels cards, the unicorn in the entrapment, like the fences, and there's the unicorn right here behind in your reading. So this is definitely That's a synchronicity right there that I'm seeing. If you have seen any yourself, that's definitely unique to you as well. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So you'll find that if you dive back into your like connections in which you have felt safe in the past, in which you feel passionate or really free in your connections, you'll find that you may find that this connection isn't as fulfilling as you once thought. With the Ace of Pentacles, especially here in the back of the deck energy, and the Eight of Hearts, the Eight of Cups here, as well as the back of the deck energy from your tarot, is this energy of, yeah, you do need to work on yourself. You need to work on your independence. And that's where you feel like this unrequited love is, because you do not love yourself as much as you want another person to love you. And that will always feel unrequited. That will always feel unrequited. If you love yourself, then nothing, you won't accept love that's not equivalent, if that makes sense. And so there's this like need to turn around your perspective. Some of you your perspective is mostly on engagement or a ring or some sort of specific end goal, and that's not how you should view your connections. You should just view your connections in a lovingly way, or like, you know, like however way, but make sure that it remains peaceful. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So it doesn't necessarily have to mean that there'll be a ring or an engagement, but that you'll take your connections more seriously, or consider them more seriously, or more emotionally, specifically being more free in your emotional connections, feeling more free in that regard, especially. We have the affirmators deck coming out, and I want to get some messages out for our pile threes. We have maturity. I make peace with the tough relationships of my past. I probably would have skipped the pain they came with, but I'm grateful for the lessons they brought me. Because of those tough relationships, I can look back at the mosaic of my life and see value in even the most broken pieces. And it says, there's asterisks, it says, internet stalked my exes, and I really dodged a bullet. And then it says, don't take it personally. If someone starts to speak unkindly to me, I'll remember that they've got something going on that has nothing to do with me. Like maybe they just pooped their pants. Yes, that's probably it. And reliability. I am reliable. When I say I'll do something, I'll take whatever that something is seriously. This applies to all commitments, even the ones that may have seemed small and insignificant to a less reliable me. From now on, flaking is just for dandruff commercials and cereal factories. So today I was just like thinking about holding people accountable and making sure that you yourself are reliable as you're holding other people accountable. And if you embody that, it helps other people embody that around you. If you tolerate what you are. So, you know, if you see that others are being unreliable, maybe you have been unreliable in the past. Make sure not to take anything personally, and, you know, not to just reflect back what people are doing. That's a natural, normal response, but that is not a healthy response. What a mature way of responding to things would be to just find your peace with it and accept that it just doesn't work out. For the time being. It doesn't mean it can't work out later. You shouldn't take anything and internalize it. Nothing is actually your fault. Nothing's ever your fault. It just wasn't meant to be. Harmony. If you find peace and harmony with that, I'm going to read this. It says, harmony. I know in my heart that when something is right, it feels easy and breezy, even though that sounds cheesy. With this in mind, I banish all stress, insecurity, and tedious work from my relationships. Then I invite harmonious relationships into my life and let them show up on their own time. Easy, breezy things are rarely punctual. All right, and let's get some more love messages for our pile threes. What does our pile threes need to know in love? Feed your artist. So more, I think a lot of my people on my channel are artists, because the card came out for everybody. But you know, I think we are all some sort of artist or creator on the inside, and we should let ourselves explore that in any of our hobbies in any way. Exploring how to express yourself, and celebrate what you do find out about yourself, because you do have something unique within you that is waiting to be found, and you can find that by reconnecting to your, you know, familiar friends, familiar activities, and find your sacred flow. So just let it come naturally to you. Let your situation come naturally to you. Your love, your divine counterpart come naturally. Let everything happen how it's supposed to, without too much resistance or too much control or anything like that. So what, pile 3, balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So, you know, if someone has a really imbalanced perspective, you shouldn't imbalance yourself to match them. You should stay balanced and help them rebalance themselves. That is a good way. Pile 2 could probably be very helpful for you if you need some messages from there on that. Pile 3, messages for our pile 3 friends. Messages for pile 3 friends. We have playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember that love is the greatest healer. Some more love messages for our pile 3s. Freedom, okay, back on emotional freedom and just feeling free to be happy and letting yourself free. So you may need to like detach from some sort of energy or person and work on yourself in order to be able to do this, but weigh out how much of that you need to do for yourself. Again, I think pile 2 would be really beneficial for some of you here. Reflection, give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Let me get here's one last one for you guys. It was already flipped up, and this one was already flipped up as well. Forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. And the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. So some of you may be considering, you know, forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean that that specific person has to stay in your life. If you don't see the results that you want, you should, you know, if you're not getting the results, then leave that energy in the past, and be ready to receive the results that you want. Clear the space for that proper energy that you want. Make room for it. So we've got winning. So act as if you have it already. You got a good thing going. Don't ruin that shit. So this is for some of you where if you actually do have something going on, don't let these messages like ruin anything. You know, only just take what actually is resonating and apply it in a healthy way towards your connections. Don't act too hastily and just bye to anybody unless you really mean it. Actually think about it for a while before you make any decisions. Put the fucking phone down. I know the phone can be a really big contagion of energy. So too much screen time is making you awkward and sad. Go talk to a live person. So some anti-socialing I've been hearing may be happening. And you think someone is lying. They are. So if you suspected that, I'm not saying that the energy is real or not for anybody specifically. That is up to you to weigh out for yourself. But there are some of you that are dealing with liars, and if you do suspect that, this is your validation that they actually are lying to you, and you should listen to your intuition more and make it rain. So a lot of you have been focusing a lot on your career. A lot of there's good abundance coming in your way in regards to making that cash monies. You look like a shit show. You're a hot mess. Fact. Clean yourself up. So, you know, some of you, if finance isn't doing well for you, maybe this is what you want. You want to make it rain. But it's this energy of some of you need to work on your career because it's a shit show, and it's like someone's lying. You know, if you're lying to yourself, it could be you lying to yourself. It all sorts of different ways this can be applied. But I just really want to make sure that all of my friends that have good connections, that you're not ruining it based off of someone else's perspective. Someone else's perspective only helps you see the, like, you know, other areas in which you couldn't see before to help you better make decisions. Don't fully embody somebody else's energy. Especially energies from the internet, take your situation for what it is. If you feel there's lying, there is. If you feel there isn't lying, there isn't lying. If you feel like you're a mess, you should work on that. All of these, you know, take it how it works for you. And I have about 4 more decks coming out for our friends today. Let's see some love messages for our pile 3s. Let's see what's left in messages for our pile 3 friends. What does our pile 3 friends need to know in love? All right, we have number 2, spread your wings, and win or lose, number 5. So I'm picking these up on like this whole concept of spreading your wings, following your dreams, following your path, doing what it is that makes you happy, following your intuition, following your gut, any of this embodiment of this energy, and like doing it whether you win or lose, not giving up. Win or lose, you're going to try anyway. You're going to try, you're going to start, you're going to do it anyway. This is the energy that you need to be in. When it comes to yourself, for those of you that are working on yourself, yeah, I guess like because of the healing journey that you're going to now be on, if this relationship is something that you're going to be leaving behind or something that you're going to be working in alignment with your person, that is totally fine to balance a person in. You don't have to, you know, do all this work on yourself by yourself. You can have a partner and do all this work with yourself. You don't have to be single to work on yourself. It's just harder. That's the thing, is that it's harder to control and get what you want in this way if you are like if you're not resting and considering yourself. It's easy for others to control you and put in their energy towards your path and divert your path how they want it and things like that. So you have to be careful about that with the partnership, because partnership can be kind of tough, having to listen to another person, but you can also have this beautiful energy of creation between the two of you. And, you know, sexual energy from being like passionate with one another and sharing and open and, you know, being excited and things like that. That will come naturally if there is a healthy partnership and you guys are both growing. And, you know, like it just depends on how you are able to view your partner, or how your partner views you, and how your partner treats you, and how you treat your partner, and if that's established or not, and all these things. All that stuff is important and has to be weighed out by you as an individual. And I can only just read your cards and be here to try and fill in any blanks that you have. We have priorities and virtue. You understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations and virtue. You acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. So, making certain connections your priority, especially the nourishing ones, the ones that you feel that you can be deeply yourself in and that make you feel really good, the ones that are that you value. Those connections are some connections that you should consider for your journey in general. It could be your journey with this person or finding your person, but specifically just feeling good in all of your connections in general is really healthy. You shouldn't just only focus on one connection. You should focus on all of your connections because they are all a part of you. Freedom. I think this card is in reverse because of like feeling like in your friend group you don't feel really free to speak up, and that's not right. Actually, if you feel that way in your friend group, something needs to change, because the emotional freedom and like the caring connections and all that is a willingness. That is whether or not they want to. And so that's not a product of you. It's not some sort of like specific personal thing against you. It's just, if you are not in alignment, you're not in alignment, and you have to kind of compromise that and be willing to see that and be creative with finding new connections and things. But I'm just going to read out what it says here on the cards. It says, willingness, you are able to compromise if the end result is love and creativity. You love to devise new ideas, innovations, and forms of illumination. Beautiful energy there. And I have 2 more decks to end with today. Let's see some love messages. What does our pile 3s need to work on for pile 3 in love? Pile 3. So we have the Taurus again. The energy around you shows the abundance of nature. It is rich, earthy, and productive, yet relaxed and slow. The Taurus card came up in all of the readings, so I wonder if what that's about. If that's about I don't know, something specific to one of you guys. Like, you guys could be there could be a Taurus watching the whole video. There could be a Taurus heavily in a lot of your guys' lives. The Taurus is really stable energy, so you could be just looking for that embodiment. Maybe you're a really stable individual person, or that's what you're working on, and or just this is a trigger to remind you that you will be abundant. The 7th house, this area of your life is about long-term significant partners, romantic, business, or family. So stability, if you have a lot of stability in all of your connections, or that's what you're looking for, these are the cards that remind you of that. And 8th house, last card for our pile 3s. In this deck, the transformational area of your life is about shared resources and intense emotions. So, actually, I believe that whatever is stable here, you'll see that things that are stable and are good for you will always stay stable and good for you, and things that are not will, they will be shown through your intense emotions when you go through your transformations, when you make changes in your life, and see things through a balanced perspective. You'll see boundaries and the strong connections and the weaker connections, and who's meant for you, who's not for you. All that stuff will be weighed out in weighed out better with a balanced perspective there. Alrighty, guys, pile 3, that was your reading, and this is the end to the entire video. Thank you so much for being here and existing at the same time as me. I am so blessed to be able to read cards like this in this way and honor and provide so much help, and be able to be a part of healing the world. And I look forward to connecting to you guys on my Instagram, Magic with Melly. Go ahead and connect with me there, and I'll see you then. I'll see you around. Bye-bye. Oh, and don't forget that my personal private paid readings are open for booking. And I just got certified for crystal healing. So go ahead, and I can't wait to connect. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye.